In 2017, a company offered unlimited movies for $9.95 a month. The math was impossible. The executives knew it. Anyway, they raised $250 million from investors. In the 1990s, a young man named Stacy Spikes loaded up his pickup truck in Houston and drove to Hollywood with almost nothing, chasing a career in the film industry. He worked his way up at places like Motown Records and Miramax, and by 2006, he had an idea: a subscription service that would let people watch unlimited movies in theaters every month, the same way Netflix was changing how people watched movies at home. In 2011, Spikes launched a small test in San Francisco. 19,000 people signed up in the first few days. The major theater chains hated it immediately and refused to cooperate. So Spikes built a workaround using a prepaid debit card system instead. By 2016, the company was still small, still losing money every month and running out of funding. That's when Mitch Lowe came in as CEO, a veteran with an impressive resume. He'd helped grow Redbox from a handful of kiosks into a 35,000-location empire. Soon after, an entrepreneur named Ted Farnsworth invested $27 million. And by August 2017, he controlled the majority of the company. Then came the decision that changed everything. They dropped the price from as much as $50 a month to $9.95 for unlimited movies every single day. Stacy Spikes did the math immediately. At that price, the company would lose money on any subscriber who saw more than one movie a month. And most moviegoers see far more than that. He raised the alarm. The new owner's response was simple. They removed him from the company he had founded. Once the price dropped, growth went vertical. In August 2017, MoviePass had 20,000 subscribers. Within 2 days of announcing the new price, 150,000 people signed up, and the website crashed under the demand. If stories like this are your kind of thing, a quick like helps this channel keep finding them. Now, back to the math that didn't work. By February 2018, they had 2 million subscribers. By summer, 3 million. At its peak, MoviePass was responsible for nearly 5% of all movie tickets sold in the entire United States, Wall Street noticed. Shares in the parent company climbed to nearly $33, fueled by one thing: Farnsworth, telling investors that MoviePass was secretly a data company, that they had artificial intelligence technology to monetize subscriber behavior, and that profitability was just around the corner. According to federal prosecutors, none of it was true. In early 2018, Lowe and Farnsworth sat for an interview to explain how the math worked. When asked directly how the company could afford to give away movie tickets at a loss, their answer, on camera, was that they didn't lose money at all. The math said otherwise. The average ticket cost over $9. The subscription cost $9.95 for unlimited use. Behind the scenes, executives were paid millions and flew on the company's private jet, while the company burned through cash at a staggering rate. In the first quarter of 2018 alone, MoviePass lost over $107 million. Desperate for any new revenue, the company even launched MoviePass Ventures, investing in films directly, including one that scored 0% on Rotten Tomatoes and reportedly bought up to 40% of that film's own ticket sales through its own subscriber base to inflate its performance. As losses accelerated, the company needed subscribers to use the service less. So, according to court filings, they targeted their heaviest users directly. Filings allege Lowe and Farnsworth instructed employees to reset the passwords of the top 4% of subscribers, the ones seeing the most movies, falsely telling them their accounts showed, quote, suspicious activity. An employee internally warned that this could violate federal regulations. According to filings, they went ahead with it regardless. Before I tell you what happened next, here's a question for you. If a company secretly blocks its own paying customers from using the exact service they paid for, is that a technical glitch or is that fraud? Drop your answer in the comments. I'll tell you what federal prosecutors eventually decided. Around the same time,
Lowe told a room of investors something else entirely, that MoviePass tracked, quote, how you drive from home to the movies, and where you go afterward. The comments sparked immediate public backlash over privacy. An internal email from Farnsworth's own team called the fallout, quote, a major mess.
On the 26th of July, 2018, the day before a major film's opening weekend, MoviePass simply ran out of cash to buy tickets. Subscribers across the country found the app didn't work at all. The company took an emergency loan at 20% interest, just to turn the lights back on for one more day. Meanwhile, AMC, the chain that had refused to work with MoviePass from the start, launched its own subscription program. It actually owned its theaters and could use empty seats profitably. MoviePass could not. MoviePass's stock had been worth over $30 a share. It eventually traded for fractions of a cent. 1 million subscribers canceled within months. By 2019, the company was down to 225,000, a 90% collapse from its peak. On the 14th of September 2019, MoviePass shut down completely. In January 2020, its parent company filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, the kind where a company closes the doors for good. Strip away the headlines, and MoviePass's collapse comes down to 3 fatal mistakes. Mistake 1. The unlimited plan was never close to break even. The company needed subscribers to watch less than 1 movie a month to survive, and built a product that encouraged the opposite. Mistake 2. The founder did the math correctly and said so, out loud, before launch. Instead of listening, leadership removed him. Mistake 3. When the losses became undeniable, they didn't change the business model honestly. They told investors and the public that the losses weren't happening at all. In 2024 and 2025, both Ted Farnsworth and Mitch Lowe pleaded guilty to federal securities fraud charges. As part of their plea agreements, they admitted they knew from the beginning that the unlimited plan was never designed to be profitable. And Stacy Spikes, the man who did the math correctly and got fired for it, bought the company's remains out of bankruptcy in 2021. He relaunched it with a sustainable credit-based model. In 2023, MoviePass turned a profit for the first time in its entire history. So, what's the real lesson here? It's not never offer a great deal. It's this. If your unit economics are broken, meaning you lose money on every single customer, growth does not solve that problem. It accelerates it. Every new customer just speeds up the collapse. And the person in the room telling you the math doesn't work isn't always wrong just because everyone else is excited. Sometimes they're the only one who did the math at all. If you want more stories like this one, follow this channel. We post a new one every week. That's the story of MoviePass. A $10 subscription that sold $50 tickets, and executives who knew it couldn't last, and chose to lie about it instead of fixing it. Next week, we're looking at a piece of technology everyone laughed at when it launched, and everyone is quietly buying again, just from a different company. I'll see you there.